I'd now like to welcome Mr. Agustín Carstens, General Manager, Bank for International Settlements, to the stage to say a few words. Please give him a warm welcome.
Dear Paul Chan, Financial Secretary of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, dear friends and colleagues, let me start by congratulating Chief Executive Yu and the Hong Kong Monetary Authority for the 30th anniversary of their eminent institution and welcome all of you to this HKMA-BIS High-Level Conference. It's also a great joy to see Norman Chan, Joseph Yam, great partners for so many years. The trifecta, Norman, Joseph, and Eddie has been magnificent. We have been very fortunate to have such good partners. This event also marks an important occasion for the BIS. It is the 25th anniversary of the founding of our Asian Representative Office. Establishing a physical presence outside Europe was a significant step for the BIS. It signaled our evolution into a truly global institution that serves the entire central banking community. I would like to use my remarks to reflect on the journey we have taken to bring more of the Asia-Pacific region into the BIS and more of the BIS into the region. Starting the Asian Representative Office has been an eventful and rewarding enterprise for the BIS. But while it seems obvious today that the BIS needs to be in Asia, we should recall that 25 years ago, the case was not so clear-cut. When we founded the office in 1998, the region still bore the scars of the Asian financial crisis. Some wondered whether the regional economic miracle, which even then had lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, had run its course. The region has certainly proved the skeptics wrong with impressive performance in the past 25 years. It has grown by an average of 5.5%, accounting for 2/3 of global growth over the time. As a result, Asia's share in the global economy has risen from around 30% in 1998 to over 45% today. The region is also home to 3 of the world's 5 largest economies: China, Japan, and India. Most importantly, Asia's strong economic performance has had a transformative impact on many of its inhabitants. GDP per person increased from less than $4,000 in 1998 to 18,000 today. And there are many other aspects that characterize Asia. One that I was surprised to learn just yesterday in a conference with some colleagues here is that 50% of the patents registered lately have come from Asia. So a real tribute of innovation. Catering to this dynamic and innovative region forced the BIS to change. Our banking services evolved, and our economists explore new topics with fresh perspectives. We also stepped up our innovation efforts by capitalizing on the vibrant fintech ecosystem in the region. It's obvious to say that 2 out of the 3 initial innovation hub centers were opened here in Asia. We're fortunate to have had a strong and committed partner in the HKMA working alongside us. So thanks you, Eddie, and your colleagues at the HKMA. I would also like to pay special tribute to the Asian Consultative Council, which was set up in 2001 and includes 13 BIS member central bank governors from the region. The Council has helped guide the BIS work in Asia and the Pacific and conveys the region's experiences and interests to the wider BIS membership. Looking back, 3 principles have governed our work in Asia and the Pacific. First, we have learned from the region. A concrete example of this was our work on the development of macro-financial stability frameworks, which was inspired in part by the successful steps regional central banks had taken to keep inflation low while preventing the buildup of financial imbalances and managing, at times, volatile global financial flows. In addition, analysis on several issues of importance, such as the revolution in digital finance, has enabled the BIS membership to better comprehend policy making in Asia and discuss possible lessons for other regions. Second, we have sought to serve the region. We have prioritized our customer needs and strengthened our role as a financial service provider by expanding our range of products, deepening green bond markets, as well as providing liquidity to regional central banks during times of stress. Third, we have grown alongside the region. Since establishing the Asian Representative Office in 1998, our operations, membership, and footprint have all grown. The number of BIS member central banks in the region has risen from 7 in 1998 to 13 today. Our own office is now almost 60 strong. We have established innovation hub centers in Hong Kong and Singapore. We have enhanced our outreach and engagement with our Asian constituencies, including by strengthening of existing and building of new partnerships, as well as knowledge sharing of developments around financial technology-related themes deemed to be of critical importance to the region's central banks, not least the development of CBDCs. And our regional members are playing a bigger role and more influential role within the BIS. For example, governors from the region chair 2 of our committee and meetings, the Committee of Global Financial Stability and our Emerging Market Economies meeting, chaired precisely by Eddie Yu. Looking back, there is much to be proud of. Looking forward, new challenges await us. At today's conference, we will hear about many of these challenges. They range from high inflation and heightened financial stability risks to ingrained structural headwinds to growth, including from global economic fragmentation, slow productivity growth, and demographic change. Each central bank will have to meet these tests in their own way. But in doing so, I think there is much that can be learned from the Asian experience of the past quarter century. In my view, several core strengths stand out. One is the criticality of fostering robust policy frameworks, and deploying them nimbly is critical. The relative success of many Asian central banks in combating high inflation in the aftermath of the pandemic was no accident. Their decades of work in building and strengthening macro-financial stability frameworks played a key role. In the wake of the Asian financial crisis, to ensure financial stability going forward, authorities in Asia had to experiment with many methods that were not necessarily part of the accepted wisdom of the time, including the importance of macroprudential policies to provide a counterweight to the financial cycle. Sustaining integration both within the region and with the rest of the world is another theme. Asia is one of the biggest beneficiaries of the existing multilateral system and among the strongest advocates for sustaining and strengthening such a system. The BIS, as one of the oldest global financial institutions, is ready and willing to be a strong partner for our Asian member central banks in such endeavors and in the provision of global and regional public goods. A final lesson is the value of riding the tides of innovation to build a more inclusive and resilient economy. Let me highlight the financial sector. Financial innovation and new technologies are changing both the landscape and the possibilities for central banking. Asia has been on the front line on much digital innovation in the past decade, including the development of digital identification and payment platforms that have brought hundreds of millions of individuals into the formal financial system in China and India. As I mentioned earlier, we at the BIS have worked closely with central banks in the region through the innovation hub centers we set up, including the two in Hong Kong and Singapore. We are doing our part. So let me conclude. We have witnessed remarkable achievements in Asia in the past few decades. The region has become richer, more innovative, and more resilient. That said, the region faces significant challenges on the horizon, some including slowing productivity growth, unfavorable demographics, climate change, and the green transition have already begun to bite. How to address these challenges now will determine how well we fare in the next few decades and beyond. We need to seize the opportunity and shape our future through collaboration, innovation, and investing in strong fundamentals, including in soft infrastructure. The BIS stands ready to be a strong and committed partner when you embark on the next legs of the journey, and this Hong Kong office will be a pillar in this pursuit. I hope that our discussions today may contribute to this end. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Carstens.